All right, Brown Balls. We are back in the house. So, man, how you doing?
I got represent NBA on NBC.
That's right. Yeah, today was on Peacock. It just finished. The Thunder beat the San Antonio Spurs 127-114. Kind of a dominant win overall for the Thunder. I mean, the score looks closer than the game actually appeared, in my opinion. But yeah, okay. But it's going 3-2 back to the Spurs for game six. What's your reaction, man?
Man, honestly, I have a few type of reaction towards this game, the series. Look, we all won 7 games. We're gonna be getting 7 games because I can tell you right now, brother, Thunder is gonna lose Game 6, right? And they're gonna come home and play Game 7. I don't know who's gonna win Game 7, but it's gonna be what everybody wanted Game 7, you know. But I kind of want to, you know, say something about Thunder as a team, right? God damn, they're deep, man. Because
Yeah.
you're missing your second best player, like majority of the season. I mean, sorry, majority of the series. He only played one good game in game one, and then he got injured in game two. And he hasn't played. I'm talking about Jalen Williams, man. I'm like, that's their second. Can you please tell me what team in the Western Conference, Eastern Conference, that if you take their second best player away, and maybe Tappas, their fourth best player, maybe their fifth best player, AJ Mitchell away too as well. Like, how many teams can be surviving this kind of
Not much. Not much. I mean, I think the Spurs probably did it with Fox, with that De'Aaron Fox for a little bit. I think he was probably, but yeah, I mean, OKC, it doesn't seem like they need Jalen Williams like for most games. There are some games where they lose this close, and you're like, oh, if that Jalen do it, that would be like games like today. You're like, why would they ever need him? It didn't seem like they're missing a step.
man, this OKC team it reminds me so much of the Golden State Warriors team, or even like the Shaq and Kobe days, where you just plug in a player and that player knows what to do and how to do, and just doesn't do beyond their role, man. To be honest with you, which is amazing. And I just want to give props to OKC, man, because everyone, like even us, I mean, I know I did. After game one, we counted them out, saying, "Oh, this
Yeah,
series is over."
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we knew it was gonna go distance, but we were like, the series is kind of, San Antonio's the new dynasty or a new young team that's gonna be taking over. OKC got to redo that shit again, But I just gotta give OKC credit, man.
yeah,
The
for
coach did
sure.
a fabulous job plugging in players. They're taking care of home court right now. They're up 3-2, man. On the other hand, man, San Antonio Spurs, right? Like this is a growing pain, right? This is a growing
Yeah.
process, not growing pain, growing process, right? Where a young player is not fully ready yet. I mean, you can see so many flashes in Wemby, but Wemby has to learn that it'll come to it. This is game 5, dude. You better be touching the ball every possession.
As good as he is and vocal he is at home, he's not like that on the road. I think I don't know if it's a crowd gets into his head. I don't know what, but like at home he's very passionate. He's like yelling at people and calling for the ball. But when it's away, he's kind of just like, I'll just do whatever is given to me, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised too, dude, because the thing is, he put up the monster game in game one, right? Which is San Antonio. He put that 40-point game on, right? Against OKC in OKC, actually, sorry. And so he's capable of doing it. I was just more disappointed in Wemby today, man, because knowing game 5 and the statistics out there that when the series is tied 2-2, whoever wins game 5, they they have upper hand about what, like 82%, 84% of winning the
Yeah.
series. Because technically, if you win game 5, you got two shots to win one game, basically, right?
Right. Right. Yeah.
And this game was very close.
Hmm.
And like I was waiting for Wemby to take over, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. This was like a 10-point game, 7-point game. Like, I was just waiting for Wemby to take over, bro. And it didn't, man. And so I was just kind of disappointed in that. And like in the first half, it was 1 for 5. Like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what I mean, right? Like, who says it? I think it's Charles Barkley or someone says it, right? One of the like former NBA players. Like, show me that you're trying. You gotta shoot.
Hmm. Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
take 5 attempts.
Yeah. If
That's
if you if you're the best player in the series, you have to show up and shoot and demand the ball. And even if it You know, if he's 4 for 15, I get it. But even then, like at that point, you still don't just say, okay, well, I'm going to get my teammates involved. Like that's not a thing. Not for what his skill set is, right? If you're a guard and you can't, and your shot's not going, I understand you can become assist player. Like that's kind of what Kobe used to do. But like for him, he's there to score the ball. That is his entire, because no one can guard you. Like literally, no one can guard you.
Exactly.
And he just kind of shies away, and I think he tries to become a facilitator for whatever reason.
I don't get that, man. So I was very like shocked with Wemby's performance today, and then like De'Aaron Fox was off today. You know, he was barely making his shots. Vassell was off today. I mean, Castle showed up, and like I understand, you're high on Dylan Harper, and this is a thing
He's
why
injured.
he's young, very young. He's a rookie.
And he's injured too, so he's playing through injury.
Yeah, he's a second-year player. No, first-year player, I think. Yeah, first year.
Yeah, he's a rookie, yeah.
No, second-year player, whatever the case is. But the thing is, like, you're coming off the bench, and you're playing against second-string players, too, right? So, you should be at least giving average minimum, like, 8 points in your sleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's averaging 13 in the postseason, yeah.
I mean, you don't. Well, you got to throw that out the window because he started the first 2 games without De'Aaron Fox, and he was very aggressive in that. I don't get it why he's not aggressive when he comes off the bench. And the thing is, he needs to give offense, man. Like when he comes on the floor, he comes on the floor for either De'Aaron Fox or Castle. He needs to score more points, man. I mean, I understand you're injured. Everyone's injured at this point, man. I understand he had a serious injury going on too.
Yeah.
But look, man, when you tie that shoes and you enter the game, you're not injured. I'm sorry. You're playing, man. And so I get it. He's young. He's gonna grow too. But you gotta give a little more effort in offensively, man. You can't have Jared McCain, scoring like 14, 15 points.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, it starts with Wemby though. I think Wemby 4-15, just 4 for 5 from 3. Like he's got to just find a way to be more aggressive and assertive while he's on the floor. I mean, he played the most minutes in the game, 38 minutes overall. So he's out there for majority of all the snaps, right? So or all the plays. But yeah, this is kind of what we see from Spurs. Like I think it was a game 2. They were flat, right? They got blown out, and you can just tell like they were just not in it. They're very up and down,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they get satisfied. Like they win game 1, so they're like, okay, we took care of business, right? We won game 1. We stole a game 1 from them, so and so game 2 they came flat. Game 3, OKC won because they needed that to get the home court back, right? So San Antonio got slapped basically in game 3, and then game 4 you can see San Antonio was mad. Wemby was mad, right? Yeah. I don't know why Wemby can't be mad every game,
Exactly.
and so they smack OKC in game 4. So I felt like they were fine. They're like, okay, fine, we're 2-2 going to OKC. I kind of felt like they're like, okay, fine, it's in OKC, so obviously they're gonna win.
I think they're just banking on Game 7 at this point. They're just like, okay, Game 7,
man. You can't.
Yeah, exactly. Not with the champions. Not with OKC as a champion. Like this is not like the Rockets or the Lakers or whatever. Like you can kind of toy around and say, okay, yeah, we can win in San Antonio. We'll get back to them. No, like they blew you out in your own home court. That should be a lesson in itself. That it can happen, right? Dude. I mean, technically, if Wemby didn't hit a 30-footer, they would have been out of playoffs already. They would have been done.
Yeah.
Right?
So I'm just saying, man, I just think that Game 7 is a dangerous game, especially against the defending champions, and they're banking on, which has to go to Game 7 now. It's not going to be an easy task, Especially when you're a young team like San Antonio is. You rather have 2 bite at the apple than 1. Yeah. You got to win every single game. You will have 2 chances, man. And I don't know, man. I think,
I want to say, I think it was Chris Broussard who said it, that what the Spurs are going through now is what the Thunder went through when they played against the Mavericks with Luka. Like they were the favorite team, they were the better team, but Luka's team had more experience and they were much more like I think a well-coached team. And so this is kind of their moment too. This is that lesson they're learning. So from then on, like from now, I probably, who knows what with the series, but if they end up losing, this is their moment of teachable moment that if this was this is the stuff they had to learn. So it's growing pains. Obviously, they're still a very young team, very inexperienced. I think it was only De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes have any kind of playoff like experience. So it's part of it, but I just if Wemby is gonna be like, because I think he has a killer mentality, just can't be up and down. Like that's the only thing that bothered me about him is that at least with Shea, you can tell Shea is gonna give you 100% every single game. He'll be there. He's not gonna give up, and even though he might be like 2 for 16, like he was against the Lakers, he still shows up and is still very aggressive. I think Wemby kind of collapses when he starts to struggle, and you just can't let that happen, dude. You have to be like just go 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 mode if you want to be the best player in the league. Most people are already saying he is, But
yeah, it's just crazy to me, man. I was just like, God damn.
Yeah. So I agree with you. I think it goes to Game 7. I think Spurs will win Game 6, and who knows what will happen in Game 7, as always. But I would still, at that point, I would favor the Thunder because they have the experience, they know what to do, and they've been through these kind of Game 7s before. So I would say advantage Thunder at this point.
100%. Same here, man. 100%. I agree.
All right. So let's talk about who either the Thunder or the Spurs will face, and that is against the New York Knicks. They're coming off of a crazy sweep against the Cavaliers. Game 4, the Cavs did not want to play. James Harden was already like 1 foot into the strip club. He's done. Like he didn't want to be there. The only person that showed up was Mitchell. Yeah, despite him. And that was tough to watch. But they said this is the most dominant team ever, and not only in the playoffs, but including regular season. Like nobody has won this many 11 straight games. I think it is at this point, with a margin of more than 20 points ever. That includes the regular season. No one has ever put together this kind of run. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, this is are the Knicks just that good, or is their opponents where they kind of what are your thoughts? Because this is a crazy run the Knicks are on. But
to be honest with you, man, it's a mixture of both. Because I don't know what happened in Game 3 in Atlanta. Everything turned around, or Game 4 in Atlanta. I don't know what happened, but everything turned around. They're off. The last time I saw a team shoot this well, bro, is the 2011 Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah.
Dude, when Stevenson,
fire.
When Kidd, Nowitzki, they could not miss. Terry, they could not miss. They were just, I mean, obviously, if you make your 3-pointers, it's hard for the other team to come back and hit these, right? So they're just on fire, right? And then
Landry Shaman out there doing fadeaways. Holy!
I'm just saying, like everything is going in, though. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Everything is going in. That's what I'm saying. Mixture of both, right? Because I mean, obviously Philadelphia, they ran out of gas because they came back from 3-1 from Boston, and they were just tired, dude. And New York was ready. New York, won in 5, I think, or 6 or whatever they won against Atlanta, so they were waiting for New York. And so they were gassed. And then on top of that, they didn't have Embiid for 2 games. And then let's get into this series, man. The Cavs. It's so crazy, man. We previewed the Cavs series last Monday or Tuesday whenever we had podcast. I think it was Tuesday or Monday, whatever we did. The series didn't even start.
Right.
We didn't even talk about this series. Middle of this series is over.
It's just chilling for another week.
But we didn't even get to talk about it. I thought we would talk about this. Okay, fine, Game 5. What are they gonna do? Right? This is over. We only previewed it, and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Not even after Game 1 or 2, whatever. Nah, it's already over.
It's insane, bro. So I'm surprised that it was a sweep. But dude, honestly, I don't know what he wants to say. Anything? I know. Okay, I get it. A momentum is it's not. You can't really have momentum in a 7-game series because every game it's its own game, right? And you throw it away. But see, the only thing I believe in is the way you lose, right?
Yeah.
That's
Game 1.
And so that's a momentum swinger, right? Because you had the game you're up 22 with 7 minutes to go, and you blew that lead.
Yeah.
That Game 1, right? I don't think they ever recovered from that because
Yeah, no.
because New York, it's just they were actually New York played horrible game one. They were off. They couldn't make any of their shots. They're off because they had a long rest. And so Cavs couldn't capitalize that game one, so they lost it, right? And then I think everything just went downhill from there, man. And then New York found their momentum again, and they couldn't miss again. And so,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, James Harden, dude, how are you gonna have close like turnovers to field goal attempts same way sometimes, man? It's just weird. He had like 10. Well, I saw one stat, one game. He had like 13 turnovers and like 12 attempts.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I don't get it, man.
Yeah, last game he was 5 turnovers. He had 2 made field goals overall, which is again he leads the all-time lead in playoffs where you have less field goals than you do turnovers. I mean, where did the Cavs go from there? I
Look,
mean,
I
do you
will.
say at this point, enter LeBron? This is
Yeah,
the perfect time for LeBron to come in because this is the lowest the Cavs have ever been, right? And Atkinson, they said that they're going to bring him back, which
yeah,
I'm not sure I would, but he's a good coach, but he made some pretty bad decisions. And then his post game comments are just whack. Like he's talking about
yeah,
like,
yeah. No,
oh,
I
we
get
won
it.
2 out of 3 games. Like, bro, you're about to get swept, and you're saying you won 2 out of 3 games. What are you talking about?
Look, the thing is this, right? Atkinson improved from last year, right? I mean, it sucks to say they improved because they lost to a freaking Indiana team when clearly they had the best record last year, and they lost to Indiana team, but they still, they lost in the second round. Here, they lost the third round, right? So technically, they kind of improved, right? That's the thing. So, but I knew Atkinson wasn't gonna go. Atkinson will be on the hot seat next year, not this year, because you just can't do that because he improved, right? Technically, and like his post game comments about analytically we should be 3-0 or at least two and
Yeah.
one, and
Or
like,
like James Harden's a really good defender. Like he's one of our best. I'm like, what are you talking about? In what world is James Harden ever a good defender?
and then he was trying to compare the fact that okay, fine, we were trying to explode Jalen Brunson's defensive deficiency, but the same thing what they're doing with Harden, we're doing the same thing for Brunson. Well, clearly they got a better advantage because
Yeah.
they did a better job.
Yeah.
But overall, man, look, it sucks for a Cavs fan because when Harden got traded during the midseason, they technically like had a handshake agreement that he would get like a longer term deal, and that's what's gonna end up happening. But that's how NBA works, man. And
And that's what Daryl Morey did to him too, but he never did it because he knew that Harden's washed.
exactly. But I will tell you though, man. Like I've told many people, I don't know if I ever told you, I don't think Mobley and Jared Allen works.
Yeah, I agree
That's
with
their,
that.
that's their key thing, man. They don't work together well. They play really well separately. You can't you can't clog the paint because both of them are not consistent outside shooters. They don't have the confidence in outside shooting, right?
Right.
Like, so I'm just saying, like, they got to make a decision on what to do with Mobley and Jared Allen. And then at the same time, if you're Mobley, dude, you're like third overall or fourth overall pick, or maybe even second overall pick. I don't know what you were, but you're a top three, top four pick. You had
Yeah.
so much talent. You do have so much talent.
Hmm.
You should be in that huddle saying, "Give me the effing ball."
Right.
Like you're getting guarded by people like Josh Hart, people like OG. Like, dude, Mobley's 7 foot. OG is
Yeah.
6'8". Give me
Yeah.
the goddamn ball, like down low. Like, you should demand that shit. You're a young player. The team Cap should be building around Mobley, not Mitchell. I mean, you should Mobley should be like, yo, I'm the guy. Give me the ball,
Yeah.
And he never did that, right? Mobley doesn't have that. He needs to get that in.
Yeah.
So
He's their second best player, and he doesn't play like a second best player.
exactly. Going back to LeBron's point, man, I always said it, man. I think he should. I mean, he should go back where he came from, which is Cleveland. I will tell you that Eastern Conference is a little easier. I mean, they do have juggernauts like Boston and Detroit, but they have their boosts too as well. So I do feel that if they could somehow get LeBron, it could be a sign and trade for Jared Allen. It'd be like a
Mhm.
win-win for both teams. I mean, if you take out Jared Allen and put LeBron on that team, that's a championship team, man. If you ask me,
Yeah.
LeBron
Yeah.
is what they need, kind of. To be honest with you, because when shit gets tough, nobody wants to besides Mitchell, nobody wants to take that shit, and LeBron could.
Yeah.
So it would be a great addition for Cavs, if they can think about doing a sign and trade because obviously they're above the luxury tax, so they can't go ahead and sign LeBron unless LeBron wants to take veterans minimum, which is like
Yeah.
20 million, and LeBron ain't gonna do that. So, but if you're Cleveland, I mean, dude, you have a deal to make. I mean, you can bring the boy from Akron, back home, and he can sign and Cavs can give him that 2-year, $100 million deal, and whatever like 50 million per year or whatever, 40 million, whatever LeBron wants, he can get that, sign and trade, and for 2 years, and try to see if they can win a championship. And I think Cavs are at that point where they could make the finals, and maybe win this. I don't know.
So you think
winning the
if they add LeBron,
Yeah.
that's the missing key?
Oh yeah, that they would definitely. Oh yeah, man. There's no way. There's nobody in the Eastern Conference I can see that can beat Cavs, man. I mean,
The
there's
Knicks?
because they have so much debt too. The thing is, the lineup would be with Mitchell. Harden will be your fourth best player, right? Because the way it would go, it would be Mitchell, Mobley, your second best player. Then LeBron eats or Harden eats, depending on who's on fire. If you can put LeBron and Harden at 3 and 4, man, that's not bad at all.
It's just that's too many ball handlers. You have Mitchell who needs the ball. You got Harden who also needs to dribble a million times, and so does LeBron. Like they can't. There's no defense. Defense is also a big issue for them. They cannot defend for the life of them. You add another non-defensive player like LeBron. I mean, granted, because he's 40 something now. So I don't think adding LeBron to this team, as constructed, would be that missing piece, because the Knicks would still be way more better than that team, in my opinion.
No, I get it. No, I mean, defense would be the biggest question mark around that team. So,
Yeah.
but they would still keep their depth they have, then, right, and see how it can work, right, and obviously they'll play shortest first, like obviously LeBron will not play 40 minutes or 30 minutes. Same with Harden. I mean, they can each play like 25 minutes and bring in some defensive players, with Mitchell and LeBron and Harden and Mobley out there. So I'm just saying, like, they can make it work, right? Because obviously you're not asking those guys to play 40 minutes anymore. You're asking them to play 25, right? With defensive players out there, right? And they do have, like, Ellis, freaking, what's his other guy? He's a good defensive player, too. Tyson is a good player as well.
Jalen Tyson.
And so they have defensive players out there, on their team. But I just think that, it'll be better for Mobley, right? It'll be better for a team like Cavs where Mitchell, clearly, can lean on someone who's been there, done it, right? And experience, which is LeBron, right? Because you can't depend on Harden, dude. You can't lean on him. The furthest Harden has gone is the conference finals. He hasn't. I mean, actually, sorry.
Yeah.
Take that back. He went to the finals with Thunder when he was coming off the bench. That's the only time he went
Yeah,
to
he's going off the bench.
Yeah, that's the only time, But I'm just saying, I think that would be great for Cavs, to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
And
I don't.
Look, I don't know how New York will be next year. I mean, they're gonna be on cloud 9 next year. So
I mean, with the way they construct it, I think they'll be good for a while. I feel
you gotta
like
understand,
they're a young team. They're a very deep
struggled,
team.
But that's a New York team that struggled too, and like they just caught on fire too right now. So
Yeah,
the whole season we're talking about Mike Brown's going to survive this. Are they going to split up like Mikal Bridges? Dude, Mikal Bridges didn't even show up during the season nor the first round. People are asking for 5 first-round picks for this guy who was basically out there for like 30 minutes having like 2 points.
He's caught fire like crazy.
Yeah, so like I mean, you can't tell me Landry Sham is going to be hitting this kind of threes next year, or even continue this kind of like fadeaway threes, man. I don't believe that either.
I don't know, man. This team just works. I don't know what it is. The way they're constructed. OG. I know for a while people wanted OG out of New York, and now he's like one of the key pieces, the second best player in the team. And I feel like sometimes.
Oh yeah, dude.
Cat is finally buying into his role.
Again, I can't believe I can't trust on half of the players, to be honest with you, man. It's be so hard to trust them, man.
Yeah. But I mean, shout out to the Knicks. Honestly, I know you and I talked about it before. Like, if they didn't do well this season, then the whole releasing Tom Thibodeau, getting Mike Brown, all this stuff would have been just hell on earth for them if they did not get this far. I think the fact that they got this far made that move legitimate, in my opinion. I think, Jalen Brunson is in contention for being a top 5 player. I think, obviously. I mean, he's the most clutch player there is right now by far.
I'll give it to Brunson, man. He's a real deal. People always question his, height and everything and ability to be that number 1 option.
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you one thing about Jalen Brunson. I'll be always a fan of Brunson, man, because I have never seen something what he did as a superstar, right? I can tell Jalen Brunson is a superstar, man. He's the number 1 option.
Yeah.
The one thing he did, man, the guy, I mean, I never see this happen, right? People when they want their money. Don't get me wrong, right? And he was eligible for
Supermax.
max, right? Not super max, max.
Oh, max, yeah.
He signed as a free agent. So he could have signed I think it was like a 4-year, closer to 200 something million or something, like 240 or something. But he knew that for me to take that, then team's never gonna be built for a championship.
Right.
And he's the guy's like, I want my friends to get paid. My teammates I played in college too.
Hear that, LeBron? Hear that, LeBron?
Exactly. And he took 150, man. And this was his third contract, not even his like fifth or sixth contract like LeBron.
Yeah,
right? Third contract, right? His first contract, he got good money, he got max, and then he was happy with that. He's like, my third contract, I don't need that super max. I'll go get super max, or I'll go get that max my fourth contract. And so he's gonna be eligible, I think, next year. But man, this guy deserves everything, man. All the flowers, because people question his height, his ability to be the number one option.
Yeah.
But he did the biggest shit ever, man. Leaving I want to say he left like $100 million on the table,
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
That tells a team that he cares about winning, right? Like versus getting his money and being, and being one of the highest paid, which I think the Knicks had that with Carmelo Anthony, because Carmelo Anthony chose money over winning, and that was always in play. Versus, with Jalen Brunson, he's like, no, I want to build a team. Like kind of how Tim Duncan used to do it, how Tom Brady used to do it. And honestly, you play in New York, you can make the differential by sponsorships and all that stuff. Like you play LA, New York, you can, whatever money you're leaving behind, quote unquote, you can make up with brand deals like at that level, right? So like, you're not really. I'm sure he's not dying for money. So I think that's very, very awesome of him to do.
Like a person says, I don't want max, and I was like very impressed with that, man. To be honest.
Yeah. So I mean, again, shout out to the Knicks. They look like a very, very dominant team. But question for you: if you're the Knicks, which team would you want to face? Would you want to face the Spurs, or would you want to face OKC? OKC won't have their second best player. Spurs are still a young team.
OKC will have Williams by then. They'll have Williams for sure. If I'm New York, I don't think I want to face. I don't think I want to face San Antonio.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think New York has defenders like Mikal, OG, and all them, like Josh Hart, who can make Shea Alexander frustrated.
Yeah, and McCain and everybody else.
You can frustrate the shit out of him, right? And I'm not saying stop SGA. I'm saying
slow him down. Yeah.
Contain him. That's it. Wemby is an animal where you can't contain him. I don't trust Karl Anthony Towns. I don't trust Mitchell Robinson. I don't trust
OG.
I just don't see that happening, bro.
Yeah, I think the benefit, obviously, of facing, I think they match up head to head better against the Thunder. I think what you said is correct. Like I think Cat can sort of guard Chet. Chet's not very aggressive, so I think Cat will be able to contain him pretty well. And I think the guards kind of match up well against OKC guards, and so I think we even play for both of them.
Right.
But the benefit of facing the Spurs is that sometimes Wemby, like today, if you get today Wemby, you're gonna win the series. Yeah. So it just depends on which Wemby shows up, and maybe because he's in the finals, he might get more aggressive, might be more assertive. Who knows? But you just don't know what you're getting. But you're right. If that dominant Wemby shows up, they'll probably get the sweep. Like the Spurs will. So I agree with you. I think the Knicks are probably hoping that the Thunder win, because I'm not even saying that they'll beat the Thunder, but I think they'll be more competitive against the Thunder than they will against the Spurs.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be interesting, though, for sure,
Yeah, so far, I mean, again, the Knicks run has been crazy, crazy monumental. I mean, they won by 37 points, right? And they didn't have a single player that had more than 20 points. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I'm telling you, bad. I will say that, even that Mavericks team didn't. The one thing that impressed me with New York, man, that I didn't say, is that the fashion they just whooped everyone's ass.
Yeah.
The margin of victory, like you said, was insane. It's not even close. It was a 20-point kill. It was like playing NBA 2K. It's like playing NBA 2K is already 20-point kill. 20-point kill.
Yeah. I mean, their closeout games, right? They won by 37, and that actually lowered their average for the closeout game because they beat the Hawks by 40 something. They beat Sixers by 40 points in the last one, and then they beat them by 37, which actually lowered their overall average, which is again insane, dude. That's like, I mean, Cavs obviously they just gave up. They started off a little bit more motivated, and then I think once the Knicks went on that 20-0 run, I think it was, they're like, okay, we're done. That was a good season. Thank you so much.
They
You
called it
guys
a
are,
night, dude. They're like,
yeah, they called it a night. It just checked out.
it's all right, it's over, So
Yeah, but I mean, again, playoffs this year has been absolutely insane. I think the biggest surprise for me is definitely this Knicks team. Not just the fact they're in the finals, but the fact that they've dominated into the finals. That's been the craziest part for me.
I mean, it just I'm telling you, something happened in the Atlanta series in Game 4. I think it was that turned everything, or Game 3 that turned everything around. And then like I still remember the elimination game, man. That was insane.
Yeah,
That was super insane, dude. Like it was just a whooping. Like they were up at one point the score was like 10-50 or something, or 8-50.
yeah.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's crazy.
So this is the first time the Knicks have made to the finals since 1999. Do you remember the starting lineup for that team?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
I
What was it?
actually I do know, but I might miss a player here and there. But I can try.
Okay.
Do you have the
Starting
answer?
five. Just yeah, starting five. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So I know Larry Johnson was their small forward, power forward. Patrick Ewing was their center. He wasn't there yet. Oh, Marcus
And he
Camby.
was there.
Marcus Camby.
Yeah. Ewing was injured, but yes, he was there, but he was injured.
Latrell Sprewell was their small forward. Latrell Sprewell. Allen Houston was their shooting guard, and John Stark was their point guard. Am I wrong?
That's 1993.
Huh?
That's you're thinking of 1993, John Stark, not.
Oh wait, who's it? Hold on, their point guard. Sorry.
This guy was famous for punching Kobe in the face.
Oh, Chris Childs?
Yep.
That was their point guard?
Yeah, Chris Childs.
I told you I would get one of them wrong.
Yeah.
Chris Childs was their point guard?
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Holy shit! I didn't even know Chris Childs was their point guard, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
But I mean,
that's crazy.
that was a loaded. That would have been loaded to me if Ewing had not got injured. I think if Ewing was healthy, they probably would have won the championship. But imagine, dude, like because they had that 4-point play by Larry Johnson. I just remember that play, that 4-point play that Larry Johnson had. That was insane. I never seen anything like that, dude.
It's so crazy, dude. I'm not lying to you. I swear, dude. So I got into NBA when I was like I tell you, man. I know people don't believe me, but my first game I ever watched, like that, I kind of remember, was Michael Jordan's last game, right? That last shot. That's the last. That's my highlight. That's my first game ever. And then I don't know when NBA started or didn't start. I was a young kid. I was like, in like 5th grade or 6th grade or whatnot. And so then my second memory I remember was the Larry Johnson 4-point play. He went like this. Every time he goes like this. And like they were down by 3. He makes a 4. I think that's what happened. They're down by 3, and he makes a 4-point play, man.
Yep.
And like the Madison Square Garden goes crazy.
Yeah.
And
Insane.
so I remember that shit, man. So, but yeah, man, that's what started the Spurs dynasty with Duncan Robinson, Sean Elliott. I think Avery Johnson was on that team.
Yeah, Avery Johnson.
David Robinson, like that was a loaded team as well, and that's what started their dynasty, right? Will we see it again? I mean, with San Antonio starting another dynasty with the same type of players, like
that would be insane. Honestly, that would be insane.
I mean,
right.
I mean, they have the center like they drafted, right? Tim Duncan, Wemby, like there's so much, and think about the guard play they had: Sean Elliott, Avery Johnson,
yeah,
that guy Porter. I don't know his full name, but he was like ball dude Porter. He was a good defensive player. A lot of good defensive players. A lot of good young, athletic
well-coached team. Yeah,
exactly, man. And this team's just like that. You got Dylan Harper, Castle, Vassell, and Vassell, sorry, and De'Aaron Fox. Like, I mean, it's crazy, man. But yeah, man. It's insane.
That actually would be crazy. If Spurs against the Knicks rematch from 1999, that would be absolutely epic. It'd be epic.
Okay, let me ask you a couple of trivia questions for that. So 99. Did this exist when Knicks made the finals? Is there yes or no? Okay. You probably heard of this already.
Yeah.
All right. The show Survivor. Did it already debut?
That show is 25 years old. And I'm going to say no.
You're right. Debuted after.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember there's no iPhone at the time.
There's no iPhone.
No streaming service.
I'm gonna give you another one. How about Gmail?
Gmail. That's a good no. At that time, it was still Yahoo, right? Everyone's using Yahoo at that time. Yeah, that's
Isn't that
damn,
crazy?
dude. How long?
Tapas.
So,
I was only in fifth. No, I was in sixth grade when that happened, bro. Or seventh grade, I think, or sixth grade, whatever.
yeah, I was entering freshman. Yeah, I was in 8th grade.
Yeah,
Entering 9th grade.
that's insane, man. 99, dude, when Knicks made it. I remember that. And
Yeah, I remember that series. I remember that insane epic Larry Johnson 4-pointer. And I remember, obviously the Spurs winning that series.
so that's the thing, right? So, like, I noticed that New York issued a statement, like the city of New York. I'm talking about, like the police department, NYPD, saying they're not gonna do this, they're gonna have this. Man, I know the feeling. Dude, it's been 20. What is it? 7 years, 26 years since they made the finals.
Yeah,
Dude, I was like that in 2017 when Dodgers made the finals. I mean, the World Series.
Yeah.
The last time Dodgers made the World Series was in like 87 or 89, where the hell they made it. They didn't make the World Series since then, man. And Dodgers finally made it in 2017. And for me, that was my first time in my lifetime watching Dodgers actually make the World Series. I went crazy, ballistic, So for New York to not be with it, be like, no, dude, don't do this, dude. The fans are gonna go crazy. Dude. It's been so long, almost 3 decades. I mean, we're talking about almost 3 decades. Like they didn't make the finals, and let them go crazy, man. I mean, I went crazy when Dodgers made the World Series because, damn, dude, you're at the World Series, you made it,
Yeah.
So I'm just like, damn.
As long as it doesn't get like the riots that we had when the Lakers won. As long as it's not that bad.
Though. It's gonna happen. That's the thing, right? Fans are fanatics, and when you wait almost 3 decades to make this,
yeah,
it's gonna happen. Tap is like that shit is gonna happen. I'm sorry, dude. No if buts and why.
I know, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. New York is gonna do their thing. Even that, I think they almost went crazy just by going into the finals. If the Knicks win, would you say Jalen Brunson would be one of the best Knicks of all time?
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah!
More better than Patrick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, man. People always consider Magic Johnson the greatest Laker ever, right?
Mm.
Because of what? Championship. And then Kobe, Bean Bryant came along and tied him with 5 championships. But Kobe had a better resume overall. And when you have the same titles as the great Magic Johnson, they go by statistics, right? And Kobe had one of the greatest one ever. So obviously, even Magic, said, "Hey, Kobe is the greatest Laker." So if Brunson delivers a championship to New York, he'll be respected and shown respect the way Dallas is to Nowitzki.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing Nowitzki can do after that he did wrong. It's met his legacy, and Brunson will, and I wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. This guy, if he can bring finals to the biggest fan base, one of the biggest fan base in the big city, Big Apple.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's the greatest Yankee?
Derek Jeter,
captain.
Yeah.
Why? He won 5
championships. 5 championships.
The captain. And think about this. New York Yankees, right? As an organization, the franchise, they've been there for more than 100 years. Think about how many players gone through that legacy franchise, man. And you want to say Jeter is the greatest? Why? Because he won consistently. And he showed up. The thing is this, right, man? Brunson didn't just show up and got him a championship. He showed up every single day. He was the clutch player, man. This guy is like, when you need points, he'll get you points. You need 3, he'll get you a 3. You need a 2, he'll get you a 2. Make a comeback, he'll score 14 straight points to win you a game. This guy is dominant.
He's in a level, dude. He's in a level. It's amazing to see, dude. It's amazing to see.
I'll be honest with you, man. I hate saying this, but after Steph Curry, man, Jalen Brunson, I feel can in this last 20 years can go right behind him.
That's how Steph Curry as like a point guard. You mean
like 20?
What about Shea?
I'm talking. No, I mean I'm talking about like just pure score, like just domination, man. Like Shea,
what about Shea?
Shea had more help, right, man? Steph Curry did too, but like This guy just delivers, man. That's how good he is, man. I'm telling you, dude. I don't know, man. Shea, don't get me wrong, Shea is good, but like I'm saying, like pure dominance, like just he just has that like killer instinct, right? Like Shea doesn't have that killer instinct.
Right.
He's still very like foul baiting because Shea's always gonna go down as foul bait. To be honest, like James Harden was always like that, 3-point foul bait. He'll always gonna go down.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Shea, I respect him. He's gonna go down as one of the greats too. But I'm talking about Shea's not relatable for a common fan, right? Like people, I tell my wife because my wife asked me like, why do people like Steph Curry? Because people
Mhm.
like Steph Curry is because he's more relatable in a way where Steph Curry not talented, man. He worked hard for everything he got. Like he worked on
Right.
his 3-pointer. He's not athletic. He's not like gifted. Like that's what I'm sorry. Let me say he's not gifted with in anything. He worked hard. 3-pointer, he worked hard. Nothing was given to him, right? Same thing with Jalen Brunson, a second round pick, by the way, a second round pick, and nothing was given to him. Look, Jalen Brunson he's an undersized point guard, man.
Yeah.
Right? People can
He
relate.
is.
I can relate myself to Jalen Brunson because he's my height. I might be a little taller. I'm just kidding, but I'm not. But I'm just saying, but like Jalen Brunson is like 6 feet, 6'1" maybe, and it's
Yeah.
relatable. And like he's going out there and doing this type of damage, right? You
Yeah.
can't relate to yourself to Shea Alexander because he's talented, man. The
Yeah.
guy has mid range. He can take you left, right. He can dominate. He can dunk on you. He can do whatever, everything. But like people like Steph Curry, like come on, how many times you go in the park and people are shooting threes, saying Curry, because
Yeah.
Curry did stuff that is relatable in a way where an average common fan can do. Same thing what Steph
Yeah.
Curry can do, a fan can do, right? But what Shea does is kind of hard to replicate, right? Because he's athletic,
Yeah.
he's very talented, right? What Brunson does, like shoots mid range and the way he does, like pick and roll and pick and pop. That's
Yeah.
what I
Drives to
mean.
the
Like,
basket. Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. He's gonna go down behind Steph Curry because he's more relatable in that way, right?
Mhm.
He has that type of effect. So
Yeah.
that's that. I mean,
I can see that.
yeah, that. I mean, if he can win this finals, man, it's gonna go so long way, dude. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna go crazy.
It is already crazy, man. It's crazy. So yeah, obviously, I think we have Spurs will play next when that'd be Thursday.
First, yeah, they play Thursday.
The earliest possible you can get a
No,
finals is
June
next
3rd.
week.
No, regardless.
June
It's June
3rd.
3rd.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, they get a full 8 days off. The Knicks do, which could, I mean, against the Cavs, they were very, very rusty game one. Then they just turned it on and they showed who they were, and that could be a bad thing because either if you play San Antonio or you play OKC, you cannot show that rust. They're not the Cavaliers. You can't come back from that. So it'd be interesting to see how they bounce back because it's good they swept them, but it's also could work against you.
I get it. I mean, I want to see because Cavs could took advantage of that game one, because
Yeah.
like you said, they're rusty. I'm telling you, New York can't be rusty against OKC or San Antonio because
Yeah, no way,
they're not
dude.
gonna give up that 20-point lead. I'm telling you, I'm sorry. With 7 minutes ago, they're not gonna give up that 20-point lead, and they'll be screwed, man.
Both are very, very well coached teams. Both have superstars that know what they're doing, and they don't have a James Harden out there like
Or
getting a
they don't
million
have Kenny
turnovers.
Axton who doesn't want to call timeouts and have 3 timeouts.
No, it was
So
that
4 timeouts, and so
ridiculous, man. Again, I know he's a good coach, but the fact what he did in the East Conference Finals, like I would understand if he got fired for that. That's
yeah,
pretty bad.
I know. I knew he was gonna get another chance because like he improved from last year, meaning like they went to the Eastern Conference. But again, New York had a collapse last year too, man, in the Eastern Conference against the Pacers. They had no business of losing to Indiana Pacers, and they did
Yeah,
because they were favorite. They're a heavy favorite, to win that, And they lost, and they came back this year and won, right? The Eastern Conference. So
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Cavs, man, like I do feel they're one piece away kind of thing. LeBron James, and LeBron will be more motivated, more hungry too at the same time because he knows that he only has 1 or 2 more years left, and try to win one more for his, state where he came from, where he grew up from, and so give the city of Cleveland, one more ring. And so I can see that marriage happening too, man. So that'll be great for the NBA, man.
yeah. Would you think if you're LeBron, would you want to go to Cavs or would you want to go to Knicks? Because that was those two teams were always in the mix, right?
Yeah,
I think if he goes to the Knicks, it'd be like the Kevin Durant thing,
yeah. He
which
won't
I
go
don't
to
think
the
he
Knicks.
wants that.
So yeah, he won't go to the Knicks. I mean, I
Right.
was. This is my thing, man. LeBron's only gonna go to these 3 places. like it or not. He's gonna either remain with the Lakers,
Mhm.
go to Cleveland, or go to the Warriors. I
Yeah.
don't see him going anywhere else. I don't see Miami in this picture. I don't see, New York in this picture. I just see three teams. That's it, and that's what's
Yeah.
in my view.
Yeah, and out of those three situations, besides obviously me wanting him out of our team, I think Cleveland is the best bet for him. Like for him to get furthest in the playoffs and all that stuff, because even though he can run back with the Lakers, I don't think the Lakers will be able to do much in the offseason, this offseason, to be able to like put them over the hump to compete against the San Antonio Spurs or the Thunder of the world in the West Conference, right? And I still think we're probably below the Nuggets are. So I'm not sure what the Lakers will do, but I think for him to go to the East Coast where it is relatively weak, I think is the best bet for him.
Well, yeah, 100%. Because like I said, LeBron, like if you want the dominant LeBron, man,
Yeah,
he can't give you more than 25 minutes,
yeah.
and he
He
needs
can't
to
go
go
to
to
Spurs.
yeah,
I mean, not Spurs. He can't go to the Warriors. That
yeah,
won't make
because
sense either.
they're gonna expect like 30 minutes sometimes to be the dominant player. I
Yeah,
mean, with Cleveland, he can take nights off because you don't need to
yeah,
be dominant every single day because you have Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, young stars who can take
yeah,
over for you, right? And
yeah,
you have James Harden sometimes, right? So I'm telling you, Cleveland is the best bet for him because he can rest up for the playoffs. And even in the playoffs, he doesn't have to play that much either. He can just
yeah,
play his key role and then call it a day. And so he can be like Kareem was to the Lakers when he got traded from Milwaukee. When Magic got drafted, right? Like
yeah,
he was upper in age. Magic did everything, and like he didn't have to do much, kind of like that.
yeah,
So that'd be a good thing.
yeah. It'll be interesting, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, dude.
Any of the news you want to get into?
Yeah, man. What's your take on Jason Kidd firing?
I hate it. I think Jake is a good coach. I didn't like that at all. But I understand because the stain of all that Luca stuff, he was the last thing, right? So like they got rid of the GM, they got rid of Anthony Davis, they got rid of all. So it's like they have to get rid of the last stain, which is Jason Kidd. They just go. But I don't. I think Jason Kidd was a fine coach. Everything that was done was not was against his will, right? I mean, he would never want Luca gone. He would never want to be having Kyrie and Anthony Davis in the
Well, there were reports that he was fed up with Luca too, man. And
really.
yeah, there were reports that he knew about the trade too. That's why they
Okay,
say
that's surprising.
when Lakers face Dallas, that's why he yelled towards the bench towards Jason Kidd and the GM at the time, like trade this,
It's
whatever
interesting.
he wants to say. So yeah, but I think this was a great move. To be honest with you, I didn't like the way he used Super Flag a lot. He put him in the corner a lot. I didn't really like that. I think that they needed to start fresh, like you said,
Right.
because you don't want anything, lingering from the Luca trade.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think they gotta go get a coach that they can build with Cooper Flag, a young coach. They gotta go find that.
Who would you
Young
think?
coach. Just no, I'm not talking about any veteran coach. I'm talking about like an assistant coach. I'll tell you right now, man. The guy who got hired by Milwaukee, Jenkins, he was a good young coach, man. He was a good young coach. But like, they gotta go find one of the assistants. Like, I know that San Antonio has this defensive coach. I forgot his name. I think Sean McDonald, Sean something, and he's pretty high on a lot of people's radar. Go get someone young, man. Go get someone that you can grow, Luka with. If you look at the teams right now that are in the playoffs, besides New York, remaining OKC, they had SGA with Dagnall, right? They grew up
Mm-hmm.
together. They came in the ranks together, right? Kind of. And then if you look at San Antonio, same thing, man. They
Yeah.
they stuck with this young coach with Wemby, right? So you got to have a good core coming up, right? So I love this, decision by the new president of the operation for Dallas Mavericks, and they can go. And I know that he'll go find a young coach, a good coach, because he did that in Toronto.
Oh yeah, yeah. Masai Ujiri, right?
Yeah, he did that in Toronto. So I like the move.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like Jake is still a good coach overall. But again, I understand the move because of the whole think of all that. You want to get rid of it. You want to just start fresh. Like I think he's a good coach for that team. JJ Redick,
I'll tell you
be a
what.
great coach for that team.
I will tell you, and I'll tell you one team that will go get him if there's a mid-season firing.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
No, I'm saying Cavs will go
Which
get Cavs.
Cavs? You think Cavs would if okay? Let's put a hypothetical. Cavs sign LeBron and they don't do well, and Kenny Atkinson you think will get fired, and they bring in, and then Redick gets fired from Lakers.
No,
Do you
the
think
Redick
that
won't get fired. No, Redick won't get fired. I'm not talking about Redick. I'm talking about Cavs. I can see Atkinson like starting off bad. If they fire him, I think the first coach they'll go after is J. Kidd, because him and LeBron likes J. Kidd a lot.
Yeah.
And I don't think Redick gets fired anytime soon, to be honest with you, man.
Why? Why is such a big long leash for him?
Back-to-back 50-game win, back-to-back 50-game season. Every year improved, right? We lost in the first round last year. We went to the second round with no Luka or Reeves, kind of technically, and made it. And he got best out of the whole roster you can, right? He showed like he didn't really stop it SGA, but he used methods that can make life difficult for him, right? And people still credit him on the broadcast, like a lot of
Remind me, what happened to against Lakers against OKC?
I mean, we kind of.
Was it game 6? Was it game 7? No. 4 games. We got swept. Okay.
Let me be like Kenny Atkinson, let you know statistically, analytically.
Yeah, that's what Redick was probably saying. And then he also pissed off the center that either he would praise, and then next game he say I can't play him anymore. All that kind of stuff, right? Like that's the coach of the. Yeah, I see it. And I just don't know why he has a long leash. We gave Mr. Salute the goodbye, even though he took us to the Western Conference Finals. And this guy, 50 wins, great, but you have one of the top 3 players in the league. Yeah, I digress. I mean, it's hopefully we're past the LeBron stage now with the Lakers, and now we can build around Luka and Austin Reeves, obviously. I think that'd be really good for them.
What's your take on All NBA LeBron missing?
He was ineligible, right? Because of the games missed.
I thought he was.
I don't think he was.
Was it? Oh yeah, you're right. Maybe. Never.
Yeah, he missed too many games, so expected.
That's why he didn't make it.
Yeah,
you're right.
Otherwise, I would be kind of shocked that he didn't make it. But I think because he wasn't eligible.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Which is a dumb rule, by the way. I hate that rule.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to see what they can do to change that, but who knows?
Just have fewer games, have more rest between games. That's what they want, right? And so they'll play.
Have fewer games, though. You gotta make the money.
Owners will hate it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to cover, my man?
I think we're good, man. I mean, again, probably next time this week we'll have the finals preview. We'll get our hot takes. I mean, honestly, even though I picked the Spurs, I think it'll probably be OKC.
You going OKC?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. 7.
I want the Spurs to win, but I just think after today's game, I'm like, dude, OKC is just another level, man. There's no.
And I think it's gonna be OKC at 7.
Yeah.
And honestly, if OKC is smart, which they are, they're defending champions. They will play like how New York played in Game 4. Everyone thought that Cavs will win Game 4 because they won't get swept in Game 5. But New York came with the intensity and everything. So I do think that
I agree. I think they should just try to win in 6 and just be done and rest up and go. Versus we still have a game to fall back on. I think that's always dangerous. And I think last year they went to Game 7 in the West Conference Finals, I believe, and that also affected them on how they played the Pacers, because they should have blown out the Pacers. The Pacers had no right being that close against the Thunder, but because they were tired from the whole Pacers series, the previous series, Pacers gave them a really tough shot. So I think they should just learn their lesson last year and be like, okay, let's just be done with it.
Exactly. And get some rest in.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll end it there, and we'll be back next week to recap or to go over the finals with you guys. Until then, Bam Bob, we are out.